Oh, I was going to ask about Calgary. Obviously, the coaching change was one thing I wanted to ask about. You guys do that. You end up going on a nice little stretch of games there. And then Andersson ends up getting that contract extension. I haven't had the chance to watch him play much. From what I have seen, seems like a solid top four defenseman. Maybe just give people who haven't got a chance to see him play maybe a deeper dive into what he brings to your team.
Well, I think he's awesome. I think he's really, really good, and I'm happy for him. This is only his second full season, and he's starting to prove to everybody he's a guy who can play up and down. Like, we have guys that are older and kind of an older decor, I would say. Like, we have Gio, Broads, and Hammer.
My age.
Yeah, he's great. But I think we have a very veteran decor, and they're all good players. I think we have one of the best decors in the league, in my opinion. So he can play up with Gio sometimes, which he has parts of this year, and then he just play up and down. He's a power play guy. Just such a great puck mover. He's got that. He's got that toughness to him too, where he doesn't back down from anybody too, and I love that. Like, he's right in there all the time. He loves a chirp, and I love it because whenever he's doing that, he's engaged and he's into it. And he's one of the guys who brings it every night. But great contract for him. Cha-ching! I was happy for him.
I know.
And it kind of caught me off guard. When you hear about guys. You hear about it, and from the team that we're close to signing him. He's talking about it. I might be signing an extension. I knew nothing about it.
So you just woke up and saw
I'm at home and I just see on Instagram Rasmus Andersson signs whatever 7-year extension, 6-year extension. I'm like, oh my god! And 30 sheets later, so we're good.
And then coming up, July 1st, you can start talking, or you?
Haven't even thought about it.
Okay, that's a fucking player that plays in Canada right there.
He's still got sand coming out of his ears. Senor Frogs.
He's like, I'm at the All-Star game.
Puddle
hometown here.
What kind of
contract?
The All-Star game doesn't hurt it though.
No.
You were known for having a few contract squabbles in your day. What kind of advice have you given these guys about such matters?
You know what? It's a little different time than when I grew up. You can get away with it and say, hey, what's that quote? That movie quote from Paulie from Goodfellas? You late with the bill? F you, pay me.
Fuck you, pay me. Yeah. I'll say
so
it.
You had to have, I probably didn't handle it the right way, but I just roll the dice, put the gun to the head, and it probably wasn't the best thing to do, but I would have probably handled it differently. But nowadays, it's a lot different. You have certain criterias where you got to get to, and sometimes, Matthew was still at home. Matthew should talk about his Ole Miss trip with me, Chantel, and friends of ours. We went down and watched an Ole Miss football game, but I don't know where.
The Grove, the
Grove,
midway through camp, whatever. Midway through the hole, though.
We went through a contract squabble, but everything worked out, and but it's hard now. But now it's these guys are getting paid.
The comps are so big now.
It's crazy, but there's so much money out there for these guys to make, and. I love the way the game is heading. They're great players, but they're getting it at a lot of younger age compared to when we played. You had to establish yourself until you were late 20s before you got the big payday.
Yeah, and then they told you were starting to fucking fade by the time you were starting to get paid.
Just keep on rocking, buddy. Keep on rocking. Play better.
On nights these guys are playing. Now, granted, one's on Mountain Time in Calgary, but say they're the same time. How do you decide which one you're watching, or at least which one you got the volume going for?
You know what?
It was a funny story the last time, the Leafs.
What happened?
When we played same time and the coaches caught you with the old... watching on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Huge glass of red wine.
Jack Capriano loved it the next day. Brady had a couple bad shifts. I was in the stands in Ottawa, so I'm like, screw this. Matthew's playing. I'll watch him for a little bit. Just ride the wave.
No loyalty.
Third blue line turnover. I'm watching my other kid.
At home, we have it. We're watching, my wife and I, and if they're playing at the same time, one of us will pull out the laptop, and whoever's playing better, the team, we'll just flick on that. So